Hello, beautiful people. What's up? Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you guys for coming. So today I was gonna do my hair, but I was in the salon for since 1 o'clock when we normally open on a Sunday, and then I just left a few minutes ago. So I didn't manage to collect the things that I was gonna do to that I was gonna use to do my hair. But this is a wig. This is an Afro wig that I put on in the morning as well because I was quite late for my jog. I did a morning jog. So yeah. So you guys, thank you so much for coming through. Yeah, so this is the topic and like work and family balance. Is there such a thing? I'm just checking my phone here. I wanted can you guys hear me? I haven't tested the audio yet, but I think you can. Okay, so yeah, okay, so please can you join the chat and let me know where you are watching from? That would be really nice, so that we can talk. And I also want you to guys to chip in to let me know what you guys are doing when it comes to your balancing work and family. Because okay, let me just introduce myself. My name is Eve Mafupa, and I've got 3 boys and a husband. So, which means I'm a wife and I'm a mother to 3 boys, and the ages range from 8 years old to 18 years old. So, I've got an 8-year-old, a 14-year-old, and an 18-year-old. So there is at one time I actually had them in 3 different levels. The other one was in preschool, and then in primary, and then in high school. So there is quite a lot that comes into play when you're trying to juggle being a chauffeur for 3 boys and then also running a business or being a working mom. And I just wanted us to share around that, to say, okay, is there such a thing as balancing work and family, or do you just blend it all in together? And then how do you even balance that? How do you even balance work and family? So you guys, let me know. Dawn Felton says, hello, Eve, watching you live from Atlanta. Thank you so much, Dawn. Thank you for coming through. Um, so I am trying a topic that so much concerns me because I have been juggling work and family for quite a while. I've been a working mom for as long as I can remember. I've always been a working mom, and my first son is now 18, and I've been working most of his life. So it has been something that I know a lot of us get into, that the guilt. We guilt trip ourselves actually, and we feel as if we are not being mom enough when we cannot go to matches, to our kids matches, or we cannot go to recitals, or those kind of things that demand our presence, and we are at work and cannot be in a position to say, look here, can I go to my son's prize giving day? And then the next day you're like, can I go to a recital? Another day you're like, can I go for a match? It's not gonna work out because your work, and you're expected to be at work from 8 to 5 or from 9 to 5, and yet these matches also happen from say 3 to 5. So it's not gonna work that you're gonna be away from work just to attend extramurals for your sons. So yeah, Dawn says yes, you can balance, but you need support. I love that. I actually have it in my notes that definitely you need support. I think sometimes we put a lot on ourselves as women, and especially working women. Remember when I would even say when during the time that our mothers were raising us, they did not have to go to work. At least most of them. My mom didn't have to go to work. As soon as she started having kids, I'm the first one. So as soon as she started having kids, she didn't have to go to work. She was at home and she was always taking care of the house. And she even had help taking care of the house. So sometimes I know things have changed and we have, it's expensive as well. I mean, having help all the time, but we do need some help. Like it can be done, but be we cannot be beating ourselves that we are not being mom enough, we're not being wife enough when we cannot cook dinner every night and we cannot prepare breakfast every morning and we cannot iron clothes in time and do all those kind of stuffs, because that's what is generally expected for women to be doing for their families. But if you're working, I mean, I'm talking of a situation whereby like my day starts at 8 and then okay, it doesn't obviously it doesn't start at 8, but my working day starts at 8. But in the morning I normally go for a jog and then I come back, or I take my son to school, I walk my son to school, and then when I come back I bath and go to work, and then I break again so that I can go and fetch him from school, and then when I break, I come back to work and then I start working again, like in the afternoon. And then at that same time, and I'm lucky enough that I work from home. And in that same time, I'm trying to say, hey, go do your homework. Or I call into my office and say, please do your homework now. And so I am juggling work and family all the time. By the time that it's 6 o'clock, I normally leave my office at 6 o'clock. By the time that is 6 o'clock, to be preparing dinner is the last thing that I want to do, like for real. And sometimes I don't have help in the house, but I always call the whole family to say, look here, I'm not a superhuman. I know I'm a woman, but I'm not that powerful and I don't have magic powers to be able to be doing one, two, three things on my own. You guys need to help. So that's what I have done. Like when I don't have help, I always ask for help from the rest of the family. I don't know, what do you guys do? I only have Dawn here on the Dawn Felton on the chat. Are you guys where are you watching from, and can I have your input? It would be really nice to have your input. I'm having some tea. I'm having some tea here. So yeah. And I've planned that this is going to take just 30 minutes. So you guys, let's talk about this. It's something that touches me quite a lot. I still remember the other day as well. My we had some kind of a function here at home with a get together. My husband's friends were here, and then I was talking about okay, so my sons were helping with preparing the food because well there was function, so I asked one to do the salads and then the other one to cut up the meat and everything. And then Ayan Diswa says, I'm watching from Cape Town. Hey Ayan Diswa, thank you so much for coming through. So I was telling them, so they were saw my sons working, like preparing with me, and then they were like, okay, so your sons they prepare food. I'm like, yeah, because they have to help out. Because there's no way I'm going to be preparing all the food that is eaten in this house just because I'm a woman. One, and they're old enough, like my 18-year-old and my 14-year-old, they're old enough to be helping out with the food and with like running the home. And also my 8-year-old, my last born, he has no right to say, Mom, I'm hungry. I don't know. You guys, what do you think? Because I told my son that he has no right to say, Mom, I'm hungry. Because if he is hungry, there is food in the house. He knows how to toast some bread. He knows how to prepare a sandwich, actually. And he knows how to prepare cereal. So, Mom, I'm hungry. Am I going to be running around giving you food all the time? Like breakfast and lunch, we sit and we make we like, for example, during the weekend when we have breakfast and lunch together, we help each other make breakfast and we help each other make lunch. he also has to do something like setting up the table or even toasting the bread, because he knows how to toast bread and he knows how to spread like the margarine or butter on the bread. So he has to help out, and he's 8. And I still remember one of my friends says like, but now he's so young. And I was like, 8? At 8, I used to help out around the house a lot. And his brothers have even said he needs to start doing the dishes because his brothers do the dishes. We've got a roster going on because you definitely need help, and to get help all the time from outside, like to outsource help, it's very expensive and it's not always feasible in the house all the time, especially if there's a lot of you guys who can actually do work. And I don't know, what do you think? Because I there's a time that, okay, so my second born, he was like, his friends, every time they want to chat with him, like, now I'm cooking. Like, you are always cooking. What does your mom do? We're like, no, she cooks when she wants to, but the boys are the ones who cook around the house. Like my two sons, they cook dinner every time. As long as they're not studying or they're writing exams. When they're writing exams or, yeah, they're preparing for exams, I help out quite a lot. I do the dishes, I do the cooking, I do the cleaning every time. And especially now, my other son, the 18-year-old one, is writing his matric. So he's one of those who have been affected by the leaking of the exams and so forth. And I hired help so that we don't have to worry about the duty roster and everything. And so in the end, everyone has to help. And yes, as someone has said, I wonder, does the gender of the kids play a role? Like, is it easier to balance things when you have kids or a certain gender than the other? I don't think gender really should play a role in this age that we're living, considering that I'm a working woman and I work 9 to 5 every day, or even 6 to 6 every day. So the gender, I don't know. You guys, what do you think? I don't think the gender should actually play a role, because there is always stuff that needs to be done by both genders, like male or female. There is a lot that needs to be done around the house, and it doesn't matter whether you're a male or a female. My son cooks way better than me, I must admit. He's a better cook, and I cannot even compete with him. So it's not about gender, and I think the gender roles are so outdated, because it's about your capabilities, what you can do and what you can't do, and chip in where you can and don't chip in where you can't. I don't know what you think. Weigh in, guys. Dawn says, if I could afford extra help, then I would pay for it. I may pay for other services like having groceries delivered, which ends up being less expensive than driving back and forth. You are so right. Like, outsourcing help is quite expensive. You can't have help all year round. And even for us, it was quite a sacrifice to say, okay, look here, our son is finishing his matric, which is a high school here in South Africa. So we wanted to make sure that he gives it his all. So like, he is not distracted by chores around the house and having to rely on us, and knowing that, okay, look here, these people are now doing more than me just because I'm writing, like, to feel indebted to us. No, we didn't want that. So, but help around the house is expensive, especially even here in South Africa. I shouldn't say especially here, because I don't know how it is in other countries, but it is quite expensive. Dawn says, I don't think gender plays a role. Age and personality makes the difference. You are so right. Like, as I was saying, gender is so outdated. I do other things better, and it doesn't have to be because I'm a woman. And my sons and my husband, they do other things better as well, and it's not because they're men. uh, And some of the roles as well. I normally joke about this, but some of the things that my husband taught me about, okay, even taking care of kids, bathing a child. I didn't know how to bath a child, but he has got nieces and nephews, and he's the last born in their family. So, and I'm the firstborn. So I don't have that experience, and he had, and he managed to teach me. And even putting, I know in Africa, I don't know in other countries, but in Africa, we normally strap kids on our backs. I didn't do a lot of that. My husband is the one who did more of that because gender is so outdated. You do what you can and what you're good at, and then that's it. It's not about you being male or female. And I think also the fact that God blessed me with beautiful sons, and I don't even have one daughter, not even one. I just have to work with what I have, and it has been good so far. It's not something that it's not something that I have ever complained that "Ish, I wish I had a girl, and then the girl is going to be doing this and that." No, it's working just fine. I'm just fine with my boys. I know when my last born was born, I was like, oh my goodness, do I really have to just have boys? I wanted to experience a girl, obviously, but it didn't happen. And I'm so thankful for my boys, and I love them so much. I wouldn't even exchange them for a girl. I'm telling you. But obviously, I'm now waiting for daughters-in-laws, so that's fine. But yeah, so it's not about gender. And ayandiswa. Okay, so Arisma just clapped, which is nice. Thank you. But why are you not talking? I don't know. You guys, please weigh in. Yandiswa says, I am a bit off topic, but I have always wondered where you are situated here in South Africa. I'm in Gauteng, darling. I'm in Edenville, in Gauteng, in the East Rand, east of Johannesburg. I hope that answers you. But please, Andiswa, can you just weigh in on the topic that we are talking about, or does it concern you, or what do you think, even if it doesn't concern you personally, but what do you think about balancing work and family? And even if you are a child in a family and you're working, or you have got working parents, what do you think about the time that they spend at work and the time that they spend with you at home? What do you think is is there a balance? I don't know. Is there such a thing like work and family balance? I don't know. Let's weigh in, guys. And I'm enjoying my tea. I love tea. It's eight. It's past 8 here in South Africa, and for me, I cannot have coffee after 5 o'clock. Even I just have to have tea. So yeah, so that's what I'm having. Okay, so um, on this topic, I strongly believe you can kind of blend things a little bit, or blend things a lot, and not blame yourself for not spending so much time with your kids. And because I think it's expected, it's a new normal, like even this COVID thing, like the masks and everything, and the sanitizing of trolleys and hands, and everything is just being sanitized. One guy even said our hands are consuming more alcohol than we are, especially in the first stages of the lockdown. But um, but it's a new normal. I am a working mom. My mom wasn't working, and I don't know, somehow I was more expecting of her to be at home when I get home from school or wherever I've gone. I was expecting that. But with me now, I don't think my kids are ever gonna expect me to be at home, because look here, I'm gonna be at work, and I've got work commitments time and again. I'm gonna run out to fetch this or to buy this, or I'm not even in the home for until 5 o'clock or until 6 o'clock, because I've got work commitments. So I think we need to get away with the guilt that um, we have been going around with, thinking that I'm not a mom enough just because I'm working. some of us need to work. It's not just so that we can afford big houses and big like things, to afford things, loving things, and then we work because of that. I don't think for a lot of people it's because of that. I know of a lot of single moms who obviously have to work and still have to juggle between their family or their kids and work, and also climb the corporate ladder. Because I mean, we've got dreams, and I think that is one thing that we are so fortunate about in this day and age, that we can also dream. Like a girl child can also dream to say, look here, when I grow up I'm going to be this, because there are lots of role models around who have achieved a lot. Like we've got ministers, like in the government, we have got doctors, surgeons, we have got lawyers who are women, and which wasn't so prevalent during the time that I grew in, which is many moons ago, but it wasn't so common in the time that I grew. And it's now so, like, these opportunities are so much. And I think it's lovely that we can dream and we can say, I want to be this, because we have seen it being done. It is encouraged. Women, girls go to school and goals and have goals actually to say, I'm going to be this, after this I'm going to do that and that and that and that, which wasn't the case in like long back. You women just maybe learned how to read and write, learned how to read and write, and then after like the seventh grade you be married off, or you get married, or you look for a job, a manual job, which it didn't really need much education. You were just a skilled worker, and then after that you get married, which was basically your ceiling. You get married and then you sit at home, you raise kids, and then that's it. But it's a different story now. So yeah, and then Ayandiswa says it is really refreshing to hear an elder to me, because I'm 21. Okay, yes, definitely. I'm twice your age. Speak about gender roles, and for you to not have gender affect how your children help you out. Yeah, definitely. I think it's also how I was raised. I was raised. I still remember my dad used to just buy us cars. I don't know why he. Okay, probably he was more enlightened. But I still remember my toys were cars, and it wasn't. I didn't have dollies. I did have one doll, but it the most common was a car. Like he would go out and then buy us cars. So it's me and my young sister and then my two brothers who are twins, and he would just buy us cars, all four of us. So even in the house that I was raised in, there was not a lot of gender roles. It was my brothers, my two brothers used to help out with sweeping the yard. Like here in Africa, we sweep the yard quite a lot. Like, yay, sweeping. So we used to sweep the yard together. We used to do anything, like go into the fields together to do some plowing and all that kind of thing. So it wasn't, hey, you do this because you're a girl and then you do this because you're a boy. It was never like that. It was always, you do this because you're good at it. And I think that's why I even ended up going into engineering, because for me it wasn't it wasn't a hindrance that it's mostly men who are there. I could do it, and if I had the chance I will do it. And then Ayandisa says, I'm used to parents still expecting girls to cook and so forth, while the boys sit around and don't do much. Yeah. For some families, I still remember, I don't know, some families or some people still believe that. And this thing about boys don't cry, what crap is that? No, boys cry, boys have got emotions and they need to show their emotions, and that's fine. I think the most important thing is to let people be individuals. They are good at something because they're good at something. And if they're not good at that thing, they're not good at that thing, not because they are a woman, but because they are them. People are going to be good at different things. Come on. Yeah, so I think well, as far as balancing work and family, I don't think I don't think it's a balance as such, because it has to be what you put to your family and what you put to your work is going to have to like be at par. Personally, I think it depends on the stages that your family is at. For example, if you've got a very young child, you need to put quite a lot, and I think that's why there is maternity leave, and also you can get time off more often when you've got a young child, because remember, you are going to be taking care of this member of the family, and you need more of that. You need more of time with the family. Even if you've got help in the house, you need more of family time. And I think that's why a lot of women kind of excuse themselves from advancing the corporate ladder and then just take some time off to go and concentrate on the family, which is fine. And if you still need to work, that's still fine, because you need to work. And this was says engineering. Wow. Yeah, I was in engineering. Now I am in beauty, but I was in engineering. I was in engineering for what? For over 10 years actually. And yeah. Mechanical engineering. That's just more information. I was in mechanical engineering and I enjoyed it. Most of the times I was the only child. I was the only girl in the class, but I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed working in engineering, and I still enjoy some of the consulting work that I do in engineering. I still enjoy that quite a lot, and I'm just someone who's got many passions. So I also do enjoy beauty. I enjoy formulating products, but yeah. Okay, so I was saying it's a matter of balancing. No, it's not a matter of balancing, but it's a matter of seeing where the need is needed more. So there's a time when you have to, especially when you have got a little bit grown kids, like they're gonna go off to school, like preschool, or even, yeah, from preschool, or even primary school and high school. Then you can actually concentrate on work, and you can give a lot more to work. Sometimes it's building a career, sometimes it's getting experience as far as your skill is concerned. Then you need to put a lot of effort when it comes to your work. But I think the most important thing is don't miss living whilst you are working. Definitely, working pays the bills. Most people don't work just because they love the work that they do. Yes, a number of people do work and they love the work that they do. But there is going to be quite a number of people that work because they must. It pays the bills. So if you're going to ignore your work just because you have got family, it won't work still. And it's a matter of knowing where you are when it comes to your work and what you can sacrifice and how much of it you can sacrifice. That's why I was saying it's most important not to forget to live. One, two, not to forget the people that you care most about you and you care most about. So it's a matter of knowing how fast you can climb the corporate ladder and what sacrifices you can do, so that maybe you don't even have to climb it that fast, and so that you can be there for your child, and you can be able to go with your daughter or your son to the doctor when they need, for example, immunization. I know some people even send a helper to immunize kids. I don't think that's proper, but hey, who am I to judge you? If you do that, that's fine if it's working for you. But what I'm saying is, it's it's important that we put a lot of effort towards our work, towards our careers, because it pays the bills. But don't forget to live, because you will be replaced faster than your memorial service. Even that HR will be looking for a replacement if you are to die, for example, God forbid, but if you're to die, they will replace you so fast, and yet your children, your husband will feel your absence for many years to come. So it's very important that you, for starters, get help on the things that don't really need you to be doing, so that you don't waste time doing those things. My husband used to say, okay, like he still says that even up to now. It's like, no man, I didn't I didn't marry you to be cleaning a house. Can you just get help? Or call one of the sons, or he will come and help me and says, look here, let's clean this together, or let's wash these dishes together, so that we can sit down and enjoy each other's company. And that kind of thing. Get help first and foremost for the things that don't need you personally to be doing. And then second, don't beat yourself thinking that because you're not doing everything for your family, you're a bad mom. No way. You are actually a good mom because you are also taking care of your health. You have a burnout and they don't want that. Your kids want you to be present for a long time still. So if you're going to get a burnout and then you're out of it and then maybe you get into depression and all that kind of stuff, we don't want that. Take care of yourself, have time to yourself, and uh, kind of what refresh yourself and your mind and your energy. So it's going to need a combined effort. So get help. Let other family members help, and just tell them upfront that, look here, I'm not a superhuman, I'm just a woman. And being a woman doesn't mean that I can perform the roles, all these roles around the house. It's not gonna happen. You also have to chip in. And I'm so fortunate that my husband and my kids, obvious, my kids complain here and there. They're kids, they don't want chores. I don't know of any child that wants chores. My kids don't want chores, but they have to do it because I told them, look here, you're part of this family, you're gonna help out because you're part of this family, and that's what family does. So but my husband helps out so many times, and all the time actually. He helps out because he knows that I need the help, and I've told him I'm not just gonna go into a mood and say, hey, you should know that you're supposed to help me, I'm doing all the work around here and he doesn't even help me, and no. Tell him or tell your family members that you need help, and tell them where they can actually help. And I'm sure if they love you enough, and I'm sure they do, they will help out. And then the other thing that you also need, like not beating yourself that you're not good enough a mom, and getting all the help that you can actually get. And also forgetting this gender thing. Gender is just gender at the end of the day, and we are individuals more than anything, more than the gender thing. We are individuals more than anything. And also blend, or not blend, but um, take cognizance or take into consideration, yes, take into consideration where your family is at, the position that your family is at. If you've got a child that's struggling, spend more time with him, spend more time with her. If your relationship is struggling, work on that relationship, so that and that's the most, so that you will help the relationship. Sorry, I didn't finish that. So that you help the relationship, because relationships are the most important things that us humans, we are social beings, so us humans need. So mend that relationship and spend more time with that person. But work pays the bills, so do some do some effort as far as your work is concerned as well, because you still want to advance, you still want to climb this, the corporate ladder, if you want to climb the corporate ladder. But if you're going into entrepreneurship like I did, there is a lot of work. If anyone told you that entrepreneurship is easier, they lied to you. No, they lied to you. Entrepreneurship is even harder sometimes because you are responsible for each and every aspect of your business. Like you, the sales, you are the accounting, you are the you are the marketing, you are the cleaner sometimes, you are in production if it's a product-based business. You work in the business, especially at first you work in the business and you work for the business and you work everywhere. So it's a lie, but it pays the bills, and you're growing that company, you're climbing this with the corporate ladder, so you need to put some hours in there. And I think sometimes it's about being effective. So if you're going to spend time with your family, let it be special and let it be effective, and you should feel it. Get away from your phone, for example, and don't be like checking WhatsApp messages on your phone whilst you're talking to your, I know I do that sometimes. Sorry, but yeah, I do that sometimes, and sometimes we're just overwhelmed. But try and make sure that you concentrate on the task at hand. You live in the moment, talk to your family, be there, and be so present in that conversation, in that meal. If it's only the time that you get to share with your family, if it's dinner, just be present at dinner time. You don't have earphones or don't be going on your phone for whatever reason. Be present. And then when it's your work as well, strategize and be present as well to make sure that you are effective and as effective as possible. And I think that's it. I don't know, you guys, let me know. Don says love it. Yes, my husband helps out more than I can say. Yeah, bless him as well. Don. Yeah, I think especially partners who help out, especially in this day and age. I mean, don't expect me to be at work all day from 8 to 5 and then come home and expect me to be like serving you on everything that you need. Definitely not. Like, and I think for us, it comes from a position of love and being considerate. It's not on you do this because I did this last night, or you do this because I did that, and you. It's not like that at all. I think from our relationship, the one that I have with my husband, it's more on being considerate. You are tired. Okay, do you want a cup of coffee? Or if he is the one who is tired, I'll also offer a cup of coffee. Or can I massage your feet? And he can also offer to massage my feet. And sometimes I even like think he takes care of me too much. But yeah, so it comes from a position of love and of being in a partnership and also taking care of each other in this life's journey. So that's wonderful. This is okay. So Dawn also says this is great. Loved hearing your voice. Thank you so much. I'm glad you love it. I'm trying this getting out of, not necessarily getting out of, but discussing other topics that I feel so strongly about that I think they are supposed to be discussed. And some of the topics, I pick them up from discussions with friends or even in the salon. In the salon, you guys, we discuss a lot of things. Of course, I don't mention names when I come here, but I'm gonna discuss certain things and just you guys weigh in. So I want us to just, like Sunday evening here in South Africa or south of the equator. Yeah, so here in South Africa, no, it's not south of the equator. It's here in Africa. Here in Africa, it's at night. It's 8 o'clock in the evening. So I just wanted, like a cup of tea, and then we discuss certain topics that touch us as women, and that we can just share on. Even I've been thinking that we can even share on different topics like kids, like being mom, like being like a fashion, dressing up for our body, even our relationship religiously, and not necessarily talking about Christianity, but just our our spirituality. Yes, it's called spirituality. Our spirituality and our taking care of ourselves as women and all those kind of stuff. So it's something that I've been thinking of going into. So you guys, let me know if you think it's something that we can keep on discussing, and if you still want me to do these live. Yes, I will keep doing them. Let me know in the comments and even on the chat. Let me know if you want to still do these lives. I would love to. It's a place of comfort for me. It's something that I love doing, and I love talking. Yeah, to some extent, I do love talking. So it's something that I don't mind doing, and I love it. So you guys, let me know if you want me to still do this live streams, and also tell me the topics that you want us to discuss. It can be anything, completely anything. I don't mind, as long as we are not hurting anyone and we are not saying bad things about anyone. I don't mind. So yeah. Any questions? Anyone out there who wants to say something? Otherwise, I'm going to hang up. It's almost 40 minutes since we started talking. And for those who came through, thank you so much. Ngiyabonga. Ngiyabonga, it means thank you in the language that I know here. So ngiyabonga kakhulu. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming for this live stream, for being here, and for those who have been we have even introduced themselves. Dawn, thank you so much. Ayandiswa, thank you so much. Orisma, thank you, and for supporting me, for coming to my live. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking to myself only. I need you guys to be the audience and also to chip in, to weigh in on the topic that I am discussing. And yeah, so thank you. I will see you next time. I will see you in the next live. God bless you so much. You have a beautiful week ahead, and be as effective as possible. And may you be blessed beyond measure. Thank you so much. Bye.